they're going to be socially like 10.
Oh.
Wrap it in.
So much. And
She doesn't even know they have
do it another time.
Yeah, this is actually.
SCRAM came into existence shortly after December 9th when the BearCat was first approved. We have three goals. One is to rescind the approval of the BearCat. The second is to make sure that a thorough and timely and fully publicly available grants procedure process is put into place. What's on the agenda tonight is insipid. We have a lot to talk to them about that. And the third goal is a longer-term goal, which is to prevent the flow of military-style, militarized, or military equipment into all law enforcement agencies throughout Santa Cruz County. A person who's been our ally during all of this is Council Member Micah Posner. He is on a short dinner break before he has to go back to being a council member, so we're going to let him come to the microphone first and say a few things to us. Please welcome Micah Posner.
Welcome to City Hall. And the City Hall is going to open up at 7:45 and there's limited seating, so I would recommend, I mean 6:45, sorry. So I'd recommend sooner than later people should get in line, you know, so that you can sit inside and really see how the process unfolds. I just want to appreciate all of you for being involved with this discussion. It's, even though the truck itself is not such a giant thing, the conversations about militarization and about supporting our police and about what kind of city we want and what kind of relationship we want with our police department, these are really important discussions, and I really appreciate you guys for coming back and back and back and saying, look, the council should deal with this. This is part of a national discussion. And I also want to say that tonight the council will be dealing with it, and that it is the proper role of the city council to decide these things, to decide what are the capabilities of the police, what kinds of equipment we use. And I don't think we did a very good job on the 9th of December, but we're doing it again. And so whatever happens, I hope you hold the city council responsible. It's our job. I've heard people say, well, you know, we're upset at the police or whatever. Of course the police want the best equipment they can. It's up to the city council to make these kind of hard calls, and I hope you elect the kind of city council you want that will make the right calls that support your values and the kind of city you want to have. So get out there and vote, get the council you want, and then tell them what you need, and they'll make decisions, or will make decisions. Thank you.
We have a new tradition here in Santa Cruz. We have former mayors who step up to the plate, sign letters, hold press conferences when something of importance comes along to the community. We have a number of former mayors who have signed a letter opposing the BearCat, opposing militarization of our local police. Christopher Crone, who's worked with the planning committee, is going to come up here and read that letter and bring some other mayors with him. He's been an incredibly wonderful resource for SCRAM. Welcome, Christopher.
My name is Christopher Crone. I was a former council member and mayor of the city of Santa Cruz. With me on my right here, usually on my left, is Celia Scott, also a former mayor and council member, city of Santa Cruz. We put together a letter here of former mayors, and I'll just read it really quickly. It take 2 minutes. Greetings, mayor and city council members, but I'm going to say greetings, Santa Cruz, and thank you all for showing up. We have been following the current debate about the City of Santa Cruz Police Department's purchase of a Lenco BearCat, a ballistic engineered armored response counterattack truck. The entrance of this military-style vehicle into the Santa Cruz community dramatically moves us away from the concept of community policing, a policy many of us supported while we were members of the Santa Cruz City Council.
Get that down. I'm going to continue the letter. We object to the purchase and use of this vehicle in our community, as well as the process by which it was acquired. We are troubled by the absence as yet of a full public discussion of this issue. We are also quite concerned about the question of openness that Representative Sam Farr, our congressman, pointed out in a recent letter. He wrote, "It looks, quote, it looks to me like the PD failed to be transparent with the city council in this transaction," unquote. Furthermore, Representative Farr also notes they, the city council, have the power to rescind the purchase.
We, 5 former mayors of Santa Cruz, call on the current mayor and city council to 1, rescind the decision to purchase the BearCat vehicle. Number 2, create a forum, a public meeting, electronic setting for a full airing of this issue, for the council to gather input from the public and first responder agencies on the direction they would like the city to move in with respect to future offerings of military equipment. 3, to establish a policy for grant applications and acceptances in the city that assures timely community and council input, transparency, and full public disclosure. Tonight's meeting is a good place to begin this public discussion. We urge you, the city council and mayor, to include a full public debate, if not tonight, then within the next month. Sincerely, Santa Cruz former mayors Tim Fitzmaurice, Bruce Van Allen, Celia Scott, myself, Christopher Crone, and my old friend who passed away this week, Keith Sugar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christopher. Thanks, Celia, for coming. Bruce Van Allen made all these buttons. This was his project. Thank you, Bruce. If you don't have one, they're available somewhere. So, at a serendipitous event where I was thinking it would be really special to have somebody come to a rally today, because this is such a big deal today, who hasn't been here before and who's a resource in our community. And I was thinking, you know, laughter is such good medicine. And I actually have a bumper sticker that says, "I hope laughter is the best medicine, it's all I can afford." And I thought, you know, I heard this man, Richard Stockton, once, and he was really funny.
I was born in the deep south, Bakersfield. Richard Robert Stockton, my mom called me Dickie Bob. That's my name, Dickie Bob.
That's a southern.
Now, just the 1% that got all the money. Me, I got an old truck. It's a Beetle, it's a Honey. When I got a ton of chicken shit in back, it rides down Graham Hill like a Cadillac. Born Richard Robert Stockton in Bakersfield. My mama called me Dickie Bob before my brain congealed. I was a feral child raised Republican for real. Then I moved to Santa Cruz and my spirit healed. Yeah. I love this town more than rational thought would measure. I mean, I was thinking about this. I moved to Santa Cruz. Most of us moved here. Most of us choose Santa Cruz. Or does Santa Cruz choose us? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to think, what makes you say, I am from Santa Cruz? When can you say, I am from this place? I'm thinking, you are from Santa Cruz if you know that summer starts at noon. You're from Santa Cruz if you've ever been to a workshop on how to give a workshop. You're from Santa Cruz if you've ever lost your job and become a life coach. You're from Santa Cruz if you've ever tried to fix your car using Reiki therapy. You're from Santa Cruz. I think you are from Santa Cruz if you think the great Morgani should stand on his box and play his accordion anywhere he pleases. We are Santa Cruzans and we work for peace. This is what we do. We work for peace. And we partner with our police. In Santa Cruz, the police are the citizens, and the citizens are the police. And we are together in this. And I will tell you what, if this comes, the Santa Cruz Police Department, the one thing they said they might have used it for in the past was in the Occupy protest movement we had here. The Occupy movement. These are protesters. Who's in front of me? You are protesters. My favorite Occupy protest sign. Screw us and we multiply. Screw us and we multiply. Screw us and we multiply. Thank you.
The only group in Santa Cruz that I think could actually follow Richard, that's as funny, as original, sings and writes the greatest songs. Great outfit. Outrageous and wonderful. Please welcome our own raging grannies.
1, 2, 3. No thanks, no thanks, no Bearcats in our ranks. We citizens of Santa Cruz say no, no thanks. Stay tuned, we're thoughtful folks. We're not a bunch of cranks. Our city council needs to learn, say no, no thanks. The council knows we're not just shooting blanks, for we'll remember when we vote no thanks. No thanks, you know we don't need steel protecting all our flanks. Let's just be frank, your options stink. No thanks, no thanks.
We're full up in chambers, so if you'd be so kind as to follow, oh, I'm Anna, hi. If you'll be so kind to follow me, I'll take you over to the Civic, and I'll explain the process from when we get over there, okay?
Except if you have a number, you stay.
No.
He just said it.
Feel free to watch the council meeting. When it comes about your number, gets close to your number to speak, come on over and line up outside, and we will let you in when it's your number to speak.
Will everyone get to speak?
Well, that's up to the mayor. We're going to try and get as many as we can. That's his call, depending upon how many. So when it gets close to your number, come back over and line up outside.
Around way to frighten people and create a family division between police departments and the communities they serve. Wherever you stand on this issue, I think it's worth remembering that both of those perspectives are legitimate and valid and worthy of your consideration, even if you don't agree with them.
And if you look at the way that they've chosen to depict the vehicle in that video.
I announced 5 minutes ago. I need the people minding the doors to let all those folks in that I announced right now, please. All of them, please. Sarah.
It's not, the idea of militarization is not an idea about military. It's about social societies that rely upon military thinking and military activity in order to keep the control. Veterans for Peace is a national organization of 5,000 people. It has taken upon itself the task of developing a national campaign against what is called militarization of the police.
I would say that for the men and the women of the Santa Cruz Police Department and their loved ones, including all of us, the risk that these officers face is not theoretical, but is in fact cold, hard reality. 2 years ago, 2 of their brethren were brutally murdered, and those who responded to the scene had to hide behind fire trucks while a shootout with the killer took place. The danger is real. Santa Cruz police officers go to work every day, fully aware of that reality, and fully aware that what happened to Butch and Beth could happen to them. Opponents say that this BearCat is not the image of Santa Cruz we want to create. How about the image of two officers, both parents, with families who love them laying murdered in the street? Is that the image we want for this city?
This isn't a question of whether we care about the first responders. We do. It's a question of, can we address problems at a deeper level and figure out solutions that will really make a difference? Or are we going to put on Band-Aids that will cause more problems?
Some of you might say it is a rescue vehicle because it has special medical kits.
The truth is, special medical kits don't make it a rescue vehicle. The Homeland Security grant says the vehicle is needed to fight terrorism. Well, at least that was admitted today. The grant calls the BearCat a CBRNE, that was explained, a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, explosive vehicle. It has 11 gun ports and a battering ram. The BearCat stands for Ballistic Engineered Armored Response Counter Attack Truck. Does this sound rescue to you?
Fired at a BearCat and a ricochet, you're going to have bullets flying all over the community if you drive a vehicle into a hostile environment.
We're going to proceed to the vote on Councilmember Postman's motion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no.
No.
And that motion fails